Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome into the tomb, and I am here today to make this tomb sentinel boss fight as easy as it possibly can be for you. I personally believe that this fight truly isn't all that difficult, and admittedly, yes, I did die the very first few times that I did this fight. Once you understand the mechanics and how this fight works, overall, it really is not all that difficult of a fight. I've only lost this fight one other time since I beat it for the very first time, and that was when I did it on round 100, and I made it all the way to the amalgam stage, the final main sentinel boss thing that you gotta fight, and I ended up losing to that. But first, we need to talk about the setup just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and run through the weapon here for you real quick. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our loadout here real quick for this ASG shotgun. Your choice of optic, whether you want to run one or not, it is completely up to you. For the muzzle, we are going to be running the muzzle brake, and here is why. So you get this first shot recoil control and kick reset speed when you run this muzzle brake. So if you take a look at this thing, you are going to get a 50% reduction in your first shot recoil scale and a 75 reduction in your kick reset speed. This is going to allow you to fire the weapon just a little bit faster, and it's going to allow you to fire the weapon significantly more accurately than if you were running it with a suppressor. So you were able to just continually just spam and hit headshots. There is virtually no gun kick with this, and it is so much more accurate. You're going to give up a little bit of salvage, but honestly, it's only another round or two before you're able to get this thing legendary. It's not a big deal whatsoever. I have been loving running this ASG shotgun with the muzzle brake, so maybe go ahead and give that a try. I'm running the Ranger foregrip, the extended mag 2, the CQB grip, the light stock, the steady aim laser, and the rapid fire. I am not running the Dragon's Breath, not for this particular fight. It's probably personal preference, and it might not make all that big of a difference, but I far prefer this weapon with the rapid fire for this fight versus having the Dragon's Breath. Okay, so of course you need to make sure that you are legendary triple pack-a-punched. I definitely recommend Ether Shroud. I'm going to go ahead and throw up all of the augments for all of the perks that I'm going to be running here in this particular game. You definitely want to make sure you have the extra charge on your Ether Shroud, because this is going to come in extremely handy here later on in the fight. As far as gobblegums, the three that I recommend here are the Power Keg, the Shields Up, and the On the House. Now, the reason I recommend On the House is if you make sure that you have every single one of the perks in the game, even though you do not need Melee Macchiato at all for this fight, but if you make sure that you have Melee Macchiato turned on, you really don't even need Death Perception either. But if you have all of the perks activated here and something happens mid-fight and you lose your Dying Wish, as long as you're running the Dying Wish on the Quick Revive and you lose that, well, if you pop that On the House, it can only give you back one perk, and that is your Quick Revive and your Dying Wish. So basically, it's a way to give yourself an entirely extra life here for this fight. But I'm going to walk you through pretty much everything that we need to do here. I'm going to go start to finish here. I'm going to try not to really have any cuts in this whatsoever and just walk you through this as best as I can and make this as easy as possible for you. So these first few fights are going to be super simple. Now, if you need a guide in order to get you to this fight, I can go ahead and link my guide on screen. I have a very long, detailed, almost uncut guide of how you can do this entire Easter egg and make it nice, easy, and simple for you in order to get to this fight. So if you still need that, go ahead and check out this video first and then come on back to this one. But if you stay down here on the bottom here, the best advice I could give here is just keep ice on the ground here. So for these first few stages here, we're just going to keep ice on the ground. We're going to hang out back here. There's no need to crouch as long as you're kind of down here in the water, and just keep firing your ice. Just keep this ice cloud on the ground. It's really that simple. This thing is going to go up and down a couple of times. We're just going to keep ice on the ground. That's going to keep all of the zombies away from us. Now, if you notice, this is not necessary. You can fire this thing into the water, but I have had a time or two where I have had this misfire when I'm hitting it into water and it not actually put the ice cloud. So I do kind of make it a point, and you'll notice throughout the fight that I'm kind of shooting it into walls and shooting it into rocks. I don't know if that's just a glitch with the game or whatnot, but I've noticed that a couple of times. But once you get this up here for the second time, this is nice and easy. Just put an ice cloud on the ground there. Come on out here, pump some damage in there. Now, honestly, it does not matter what weapon you are running for this boss fight. It truly doesn't. This fight is more of a, how can you call it, maybe like a DPS check. Just to make sure that you are legendary triple packed. It really does not matter what weapon that you use. So The reason that I like the ASG shotgun is that it is the best thing against the bosses and the zombies and everything in the game. It is the best weapon in the game. The explosive weapons are not going to work in this fight. So the GS-45 pistols, the explosive sniper rifles, they are not going to work in this fight. So you need to make sure that you do not have an explosive weapon. Any bullet weapon of your choice. The AS Vow is also a very good option because it is the #1 gun in the game against fighting amalgams. So maybe the AS Vow could also be an option for you if you don't like running the ASG shotgun. I also make sure that I have Shadow Rift. I don't think I mentioned that. Make sure that you have, that's my preferred method. I prefer to have an ammo mod that is going to help me kill amalgams. But I find that the Shadow Rift is not just going to help me with the amalgams, it's going to help me with the zombies, it's going to help me with absolutely everything that I need help with. I'm going to go ahead and move out front here because we are about there, and we're going to go ahead and fire one more ice cloud on the ground, and then we're going to start pumping damage into both of these. So as soon as we break the first one, we're going to just go ahead and do a quick reload here and start pumping into the second one, and we can do 2 of these at once, and that's going to split both of those. And you can do this whether you got the ASG shotgun or whether you got the AS Vow. You have plenty of time, and you're going to do plenty of damage that you can do that with pretty much any weapon. Like I said, it's more of a DPS check rather than it mattering which weapon. So you're really focusing your weapon choice around the enemies that you're going to be fighting here in the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our very first community spotlight. This is a new segment that I hope that I can get into each and every single one of my videos. Today, we are going to be highlighting Puffer Colors. He has been a wonderful asset to this community here for quite some time. He is wonderful to absolutely everybody and one of the most welcoming people here in this community. So thank you so very much, Puffer, for all of the support that you have given me and every other member of the community. And if you'd like to see yourself highlighted in a community spotlight, leave your comments or your questions down below. If you got questions, you know, we might just answer those on a community spotlight as well. Thank you so much. Let's back to the video. So again, now you're going to have 4 of these beams. You absolutely need to stay out of these beams. Do not step out of these caves here unless those things are going up. So now that they're going up, if we want to grab that max ammo, we can go ahead and grab that max ammo now that they went up. So definitely make sure you are staying away from those beams. You do not want to be on that upper level pretty much for any reason whatsoever. As long as you're grabbing your max ammos, you should almost never need to go get ammo, and the ammo caches are only up at the top of this fight. But if you do, then you need to be extra careful when you're doing so, and you're going to want to do so obviously when they're down, and you need to be very careful with those beams because they will insta-kill you, especially in certain parts of this fight. But they're going to go ahead and start going back up again. There they go. And then we can actually step out here from this point because this is the last time that they're going to go up. So we're going to kind of step out. Now this time, once you have 4 of these, you can only do damage to 1 of these. So this is probably the least stressful of any of these particular ones. So once it goes ahead, okay, we'll go ahead and pick one. Let's go ahead and do this one. And then once we go ahead and break that one, that is going to be it for that. And then we're going to get another max ammo that's going to spawn. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. And we can't do any damage to any of these. These are going to be immune. So we're not going to do any damage to those. And now is the time where it gets a little dicey. You see our very first zombie spawning in there. You're going to have doppelgast. You're going to have amalgams. You're going to have all of the things spawning in here. So keep ice on the ground. This very first zombie is very easy here with the ASG shotgun. Once you kill him there, then just go ahead, Ether Shroud, and do some damage to your artifact there. And you're done with phase 1. And you're also going to get another max ammo in just a moment. But before we grab that, we need to make sure. Now watch how much we just annihilate. With this ASG, we absolutely destroy that amalgam. So there you go. And then we run across once that goes up. Now we have our doppelgast. Now this is where we really need to focus in on moving. Now you can move whichever direction you want around here, but you need to focus in on moving. Now my key to success here, the way I like to say that it is easiest to succeed, is to make sure you are pumping bullet damage in while your enemy is in your ice cloud. So you're just going to keep on moving around here. You're going to keep your ice on the ground as much as you can. And when you get the opportunity to shoot that enemy when he's standing in one of your ice clouds, you're going to take that opportunity and you're going to shoot. Now, oh, now see, he caught me. You got to be careful and not let him get you there. But we're going to go to fire another ice cloud. These things won't really slow down these enemies very much. And see, there we go. So the ice is going to do damage, and then you're going to do extra damage if you're able to shoot them while they're in that ice cloud. So there you go. That is 2 down, and we have 1 to go. Now we are going to need to get this max ammo. So we're going to need to get some ice on the ground here. And we're going to need to get 1 more ice out here, grab that max ammo, and get the hell out of there, just like this. All right, now we got our mimic. Again, we're going to keep on moving, keep the ice on the ground. Whenever you see these white ones like this, those ones are fake. Those ones are not going to do the damage to you that the red ones are going to do, so just keep that in mind. I remember the very first time I was fighting this boss, I had Donuts in chat, and he's like, dude, the white ones are fake. Honestly, I had no idea that the white ones were fake whatsoever. But now you do. So there you go. The white ones are fake. They're there just to kind of trip you up. We're just going to keep moving and keep ice on the ground, and we're going to wait for our opportunity. Patience is key. Now we know that Mimic's out there somewhere. I don't know exactly where he is, but he's back there somewhere. But we're just going to go ahead and keep on moving, keep on doing our thing here. Where's our Mimic? Okay, actually it looks like we may have killed the Mimic and didn't realize it there. And look at that. I was looking the wrong place and I cost myself my dying wish. So guess what? On the house. Give me back my dying wish. There we go. We got our quick revive back. I was trying to show you guys that it was actually out there. Oh gosh. Okay. So there you go. We are making mistakes, but that's okay. Keep the ice on the ground, Cool Whip. We're going to go ahead and pop our gobble gum here. We're not going to panic. We are not going to panic at all. Just nice and calm. And you can do this a lot cleaner than what I've been doing it. I'm trying to talk through it, which makes it just a little bit more difficult. But we're able to deal with that amalgam and get him out of there, which is going to be very handy. Get some ice on the ground. Oh, we misfired the ice there. We didn't charge it long enough. Okay, now there we go. There's an opportunity. Okay, we had an opportunity there. Now we got some good opportunity here on this. There we go. There we go. This is the opportunity I'm talking about. You just need to be patient and wait for that opportunity because eventually you're going to get it. And this ASG shotgun, it will absolutely shred them. You do not need to kill them with the ice staff. The ice staff is helpful to keep the zombies at bay. It's helpful to keep them off of you for a longer period of time. And then as soon as those things start to go up there, we are going to go ahead and try to get out there and get our max ammo. And we have our final amalgam, which is spawning in here. And also this is a great time to pop that power keg if you have one. Ah, we missed the max ammo. That's okay. That's okay. Now we're just going to wait for our opportunity with the amalgam. That is the only thing we're going to do at this point. We're just going to keep ice on the ground, keep the zombies at bay, and we're going to wait for that opportunity to take out that amalgam. And he's right behind us right there. And look at the damage. Look at the damage. Look at that damage. And then just pump into that artifact. Pump into it. Oh, don't go down. Don't go down. We don't have an ether shroud. Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go. And that is it. That is it. Now, admittedly, this one was a little bit more stressful. This final stage is very simple. Once you have killed the amalgam, you're going to go ahead and come up here to the top. We're just going to use our ice staff from this point, and we're just going to fire this bad boy down here on the ground. Just like so. And this will... Let's make sure we grab this max ammo real quick. There we go. And we're just going to wait for this to become available, which it is now. We'll fire one more piece of ice there, and then we're just going to pump some damage right into here. And I mean, this fight really is that simple. The ASG shotgun makes it a lot easier, especially when you're solo, because as you can see, it absolutely destroys the enemies at baseline without the need for the ice staff. The ice staff is going to come in more handy when you're using other weapons. Maybe if you were using the AS Val, as I mentioned, it's also a very good weapon against amalgams. It will destroy it. Just make sure that you have an ammo mod that's going to help destroy the amalgams. And, you know, as long as you're not talking through it, it's going to be a little bit less stressful than this one. But I hope that this video helps you to realize that this fight really isn't all that difficult. And as long as you don't panic and you just keep on moving and you keep the ice on the ground and help deal with the zombies and be patient and wait for that opportunity. Wait for that good opportunity to put that damage on when you don't have a bunch of other zombies on you and you're not stuck in a corner somewhere where you don't need to be, and you wait patiently for that opportunity to get that good damage where you don't really have to worry about dying. That's how you beat this fight. You could do this every single time. If you fail once or twice, that is fine. Learn from whatever you did wrong and make sure you don't do that again next time. But anyway, if you'd like to check out what the new full auto AEK and the new War Machine are capable of here in Black Ops 6 Zombies, go ahead and check out this video here. My name is Cole Whip, and I'm out.